Hi, everybody. Sorry. I had a weird message pop up and I had to read it. I just can't read an unread message. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We're live. And guess what? I actually did a couple of the things last night that I said I was going to do. I went and got some gold thread. This metallic is really pretty, but I got to be honest with you. I have little faith in myself in putting it on my sewing machine. Oh, who cares? Let's try it. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. Say it with confidence, Angela. We're going to do it. So maybe I'll just spin up a little bobbin real quick. The other one I got is just flat gold. Well, let's just see. I know what I'm going to do. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Diane. Hi, Donna, Madeline, Jean. Hello. Okay, so no. Do I know what I'm doing? Yeah, I know. The screen went black. Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Good morning. I would put flat gold in the bobbin. Ah, Madeline! Ha ha! The grasshopper is learning. I just said to myself, you know what I'm going to do? In fact, I was going to say it when I was trying to turn the screen around. I don't know what this is. Hi, Robin. Hi, Thelma. Is I thought, you know what? The flat gold looks way better on the ornament side. Hang on. Hi, Dubrovka. Hi, Betsy. I just want to call you Bobby. Oh, it did work. Okay. Steven, I did it. He's not watching right now. I got something in my eye today. Is this gold, this flat gold, looks way better on, I think I'll like it better on the ornament side. However, on the poinsettia side, this looks, I think the shiny gold. So let's spin up a little bobbin for the, for that while we're chit-chatting. How's everybody doing this morning? I apparently have had too much coffee. So I got this thing flipped inside out last night. I got all of it. I got it pressed nice and flat. We just have to sew down the edge. And then I fold it in. It's too big for this table to show you. So, well, maybe let me just hang it up. I can imagine that metallic is, maybe that's really what was bothering me, was trying to put metallic in the bobbins. So I laid it all out. Hi, Jean. If I didn't say hello, Jean, good morning. I had to fold it so I could get it in here. But that's what we're going to end up with. Can you guys see that? Do we like that? Do we not like the ornaments for the corners? It's really all I have. Something pretty in just gold or red would have been really, really nice, but I don't have anything. I don't have that. And I'm not, no. It's going to rain here all day long. You can just sit here all day. It's going to rain here all day long. And so this is what we're doing. And you'll just have to come back next year when I deconstruct this one. Okay. Let's get the bobbins going. Let's get the bobbin going. Get the machine threaded. And then you can tell me what you're doing today. Steve is not home right now. He'll be home this afternoon. So I have a little time on my hands. The problem is I try and pack too much into my time. So, like, I do a to-do list of things that I want to get done. And I put on their projects that there's just no, come on. There's just no way that I'm going to get them done. So today, in honor of acknowledging that flaw, I've put a minimal amount of things on my list. You'll be home about 4:30. So I'm making banana bread. I got some ugly brown bananas in the fridge. So I'm going to make banana bread. If I'm feeling very adventurous, which I don't know that I am, I might make pumpkin banana bread, but I doubt it. I think we're just going to do straight banana bread and not try and reinvent the wheel today. I got to clean the floors. Finished the decorating yesterday. It's just glitter all over and flocking, and I got to get it cleaned. Let's see. Madeline is trimming. Diane is doing some seam ripping. Sorry, Diane. Madeline trimming 100 flying geese for my mystery quilt. Holy crap. Cleaning for supper for supper company tonight. Chicken and biscuits are on the menu. Oh, Betsy. The chicken and rice fiasco last night wasn't bad. The flavor was good. It was a little ricey. And you do have to add moisture. You do have to add some water to the rice. Otherwise, it would have been disgusting. So you got to put like a cup of water in there. You were probably supposed to put a cup of water in with the can of chicken mushroom soup, but nobody said that in the recipe. Anyway, so, chicken and biscuits sounds good. I'm doing something easy tonight. And, all right, let me get this. I got to pay attention here. This on and around. And then, so banana bread, clean the floors. Honestly, it's going to be raining all day. I'm probably going to throw something on the Netflix or the BritBox. Yeah, I'll probably just watch some Downton Abbey or Murder, She Wrote. I don't know what to say. So probably going to do that, and I'm about 50 pages away from being done with the reinventing of Julia. No, shoot, what's the name of it? The Julia book I'm reading is The Unraveling of Julia. So I'm going to finish that today, and I'm just about done with The Maid. Jackie, how you doing on The Maid? If y'all are reading Angela, I mean, if y'all are reading them, if y'all are reading Angela, hello. If y'all are reading The Maid with us, that was our December book pick. Throw us in the comments what you're thinking. If you like it. Do you like it? Do you love it? Did you finish it? And then I'm going to start The Widow by John Grisham. Because I'm a huge John Grisham fan, and okay. Okay, let's see. Robin is working on her son's quilt. Oh, cool. I'm going to come back in here today and just sew for a little bit. Just sew for myself. And which leads me to my next point about some of the stuff I'm going to work on the rest of the month. So stand by for that. Angela, did you ever post your orange cookie recipe? No, and I'll tell you why. I'm redoing it, which I might, if I'm feeling super energetic this evening, I might work on a little bit of that. They were very good. The flavor was very good. However, I'm going to change the recipe up a little bit because they were very, very flat. Now, Steve took them to a client. They were in love with those cookies. The people who love oatmeal cookies or who love something that's not like a chocolate-based cookie were in heaven. 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 The people who don't like oatmeal cookies or that kind of thing, they didn't eat them. But the people who ate them loved them. I wanted an oatmeal cookie that was a little more hearty, a little bit thicker, a little bit more substance. These were quite flat. They just spread a lot. And please don't tell me to put my dough in the refrigerator or the freezer. I already did. I always do for cookies. Unless it specifically tells you not to, you should always do that. It helps your cookies not spread. Especially if there is a lot of butter or if you've got shortening in there, because that will just encourage them as all that stuff heats up. In the good Lord's name is going on here? Okay, really quick. Wait. I got too many comments. When you come in, tell us who you are, where you're calling from, where you're from, and give us a thumbs up or a heart. You can do super chats if you're so inclined. The super chats go towards new equipment and fabric, so we have stuff to do. Madeline, I've been following the mystery quilt. I have not been following the mystery quilt. I'll try. I'll look it up today. I'm sorry. Oh, gingerbread ornaments. Hi, Stacy. Making 12 gingerbread ornaments for my husband's work team. Football game, watching Go Bears. The list goes on after that. Hi, Sandra. Madeline does love her flying geese. She does. There's very few things Madeline hasn't made with a flying geese. Robin says bear paw quilt pattern. Oh my God, that sounds adorable. Has anyone watched John Grisham's Rainmaker on Peacock? I have not. I have not watched the show on Peacock. We don't have Peacock. I don't think we have Peacock. We use YouTube TV. So, and I don't think we have Peacock or Paramount. I have Netflix only because Ruth Ware's book was made into a movie, so I got Netflix, and then I started watching like other shows, just every once in a while. And I have BritBox, and if you know, you know. Okay, has anyone read Remarkably Bright Creatures? Betsy. I've not. I put it in my shopping cart on Amazon, which is where I store all the books that I want to buy or read. And then I take it out, and then I put it in, and then I take it out, and then I put it back in. So it bounces in and out on almost a daily basis. Almost everybody that's read it loves it. Just was in love with it. I'm just not... I don't know. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure it's my... I'm just not sure I get into it. Okay, what is happening here? This whole thing is just making a mess. It's metallic. It's going to go right out the window, y'all. Right out the window. Why is it doing that? It's coming right off the spool, right onto the... Okay, I'm going to try it again. All right, thread's on. Bobbin's in. Okay, so I don't know. Betsy, you read it and tell us if you like it. Robin, did you like it? I'm just going to start the audiobook, Robin. Ooh, I love shortbread cookies. I do love oatmeal cookies. I do love the occasional really rich chocolate cookie. Chilly, rainy, lazy mood kind of day in Florida. It absolutely is. It's unique and different. Audiobook has a cool voice that fits the character. All right. That's a very good idea, Betsy. And actually, I've started kind of doing that a little bit, which is if I'm really unsure about a book, I go to Libby. The only problem is that the really new popular stuff, you know, is usually a long wait list, but who cares? Angela, just wait. Show a little patience for criminy sake. All right, let's see here. Let's just make sure that this is all doing what it's supposed to do. Nice. 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 Okay, here we go. Had to wait a bit, but not bad. I was looking for something on there the other day that I wanted to try, but I didn't want to try it enough to actually buy it. I can't remember what it was. But I'm going to start The Widow. John Grisham's new one, The Widow. Steve bought it for me. Actually, he bought it as a surprise for me. It just showed up in the mail one day. And then, have any of you read J.A. Vance? J.A. Jance. J.A. Vance. Different ants. J.A. Vance. I ended up starting an unintentional dialogue with her on a post that she put up on her weekly blog. And she's so sweet. We emailed back and forth quite a few times. And she sent me not only a really beautiful personal note, but also signed one of her first books, not a first edition, one of her first books. She signed and sent to me. Whoops. Hold on. And but I haven't started reading the book yet. So I'm hoping, but I just can't wait on The Widow. I just can't. So I'm going to read through The Widow really fast, which I'm sure it will be a quick read. And then I'm going to start her Um, I think it's Until Proven Innocent or Until Proven Guilty. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can't see the book from where I'm sitting. So, but I'm just curious if you've read J.A. Jance, if you like her. What you think? What you think? All right, let's do this, but I'm going to start it a little bit down, and let's bump this over. Two and a half. Okay, let me read a couple comments before I start the machine. Whoops. Did anyone order Jenny's 2025 Days of Christmas? Oh, see, I almost read The House in the Cerulean Sea too. I was gonna do Jenny's box this year, but I petered out on it. I didn't do it this year either. Did any of you do it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. And I'm debating tonight on Salisbury steak or Sloppy Joe's. So we'll let Steve decide. And unfortunately, he will say either one. It doesn't really matter. Which then leaves me to decide. Hey, so far so good. I'm very glad I did this. I'm very glad I pulled this out to kind of to fix it. Because it really needed it. And I love these fabrics, and they were just becoming something that sat in a box. Which also reminds me, if you have, what got me thinking about this was I was going through the Christmas boxes decorating yesterday, and I came across two old tablecloths. I mean, one of them is like it's starting to get threadbare in some places. You can take that tablecloth that's really not presentable anymore as a full-on tablecloth and find the good space on it, attach a different color fabric, a quilting fabric or cotton or whatever to it, and voila, you've created the same effect as we have here, and you've saved something that doesn't need to be thrown away. You don't necessarily have to fix it, or you don't have to do the way I fix my sheets. You don't have to do that. You can make it look pretty again. Okay, let's see. Jean Carolina Moore subscribes and shows oodles of them. Blows my mind. Has anyone read The Island of Sea Women? Oh, I haven't. I haven't even heard of The Island of Sea Women. Didn't buy the box. Too expensive. However, I'm watching Stitch by Rachel on YouTube. and she is unboxing it every day. Well worth the money so far. You know what? It's funny because I say to myself, "Oh, it's too pricey. I'm not going to buy it." And then they show the unboxing, the day by day, and I'm like, "Go worth it." Wow. It's okay. So far, so good with this metallic thread. If you've never sewn with it, I do agree with what Madeline and Diane, I think it was Diane, had said. I don't think I'd put it in a bobbin. I'm going to say that it's probably too finicky for a bobbin. But this is actually turning out really pretty. Where was my hole opening, though? Let's make sure we're closing the hole up. Hello? Where is your opening? Must be on the other side. Okay. All right, here we go. I want to do a quick shout out to Robin Long, my Cali girl. I last week was a really crazy busy week, and just a lot of things going on, and not necessarily everything going the way that I needed it to. But I picked up my box from the post office. I finally went to the P.O. box, and Robin sent me a box of the mugs that she did. Those of you who won last month's giveaway, they are adorable. They are absolutely adorable. And if you watch tomorrow, so tomorrow Monday, I will put up a quick little short showing you guys both sides of the mugs. They're adorable. Adorbs. Adorbs. Okay, let's see. I like the FQS, which is Fat Quarter Shop boxes. They're more in my price range and typically don't disappoint. No Advent, though. I haven't tried the Fat Quarter Shop boxes, although I've always been intrigued by them. So you like them, Robin? All right, I'll give it a try. And if you're Trader Joe's, this message is for you. I went online because I was going to have my mom, she goes to Trader Joe's a couple times a week, just to torture me because I don't have one here. And to have her send me a couple of boxes of their rice cracker, their Asian rice cracker snack mix. I can't find it. And it's not the sweet and savory one. It's not the one they've got coated in sugar. It's just the regular Asian rice cracker mix. And they don't appear to have it anymore. Oh, please come to my county, Trader Joe's. Why? Why did you get rid of it? Anyway, it's a fantastic mix. All right, I'm over it now. I'm done. Somebody was asking me, was telling me they had never tried Trader Joe's coffee. I really love Trader Joe's coffee. I really liked it. I thought the pricing was good. And, okay, I might try the Fat Quarter Shop box. Robin is awesome. Robin is awesome. I do agree with the whole, like, building up your fabric stash sometimes with these boxes. Sometimes it's, I think we start them. I think some of us start them with good intentions of doing a project every month, and then if you miss a month, man, it's like stumbling down the street. Um, but that was what happened with me with the box from. I did a year on Annie's Kit Club. It was her fat quarter kit, and at some point, so some of the projects I wasn't into at all. I had zero interest in. And so I just ended up using the fabric to kind of build up my stash and then keeping the patterns, obviously. But I agree. I think sometimes it's a great way to build up your fabric stash of nice fabrics. You know, you're not getting cheap fabrics. Okay. I think I'm caught up on most of the comments. Yes, please give Robin your love and thanks because she is not only very creative, but very, very, very sweet and very generous. So, Robin, I just wanted you to know that I got them and I love them. Um, I am curious if anybody has tried Trader Joe's decaf coffee. You know me, after 12, really after about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I try not to have really too much caffeine. Definitely not coffee. Otherwise, I'm up all night. So I do decaf at night. Oh, last side. Yeah, I do love Tula Pink's fabrics. Okay, I'm caught up. Yeah. All right, let's see. The next audiobook I'm reading, because you guys know how I am, I read the book, then I listen to the audiobook while I'm working or sewing or driving. I don't do a lot of driving. I used to drive a lot. I used to drive a few hours to undoubtedly an hour to an appointment. This was before we all got sick. I used to drive to my appointments. And then when everybody got sick, you didn't meet with people in their homes anymore because nobody wanted you in their house. So I started doing my appointments virtually. So I meet with my clients now on Zoom or whatever. So I don't drive. I go to the grocery store. Steve and I go to lunch or dinner. Although I have been known to drive into town to go to the bookstore. But again, most of that stuff now I end up doing online. Did anybody ever answer me about J.A. Jance? Anybody answered me. Maybe nobody's read her. A lot of books. Okay, last bit, and then we're gonna fold. And then we're gonna sew the corners on. Sew the corners down. Okay. So we got that done. I ironed it super, super well. Diane hasn't. I'll read it anyway. It's not a super big book, and she's a sweet lady, and she's written a lot of bestsellers. So we're gonna give it a whirl. My chicken and rice dinner last night. It turned out okay. The flavoring was really good. The rice was okay. It was just too ricey, and the rice didn't really cook the way that it should. Like it wasn't sitting in like a bit of it, like saucy. It needed more water. But the recipe was written so poorly that it's out. And Steve was like, I said, I probably won't make that again. And Steve said, why? It tasted pretty good. But I probably won't make it again. I'll just do a different chicken casserole. Chicken and rice thingy, whatever. All right. So when I did this, yesterday, when I flipped it inside out and pressed it, I pressed down where I was going to fold these. So I still have the press marks. Robin, that's cool. So I'm just folding it in on those press lines. And then I'm going to I guess I'll just sew down this line again. Hi, Minnie. I'm just thinking. Okay, let's just stay with the original idea. Let's not change everything up right now. Hi, Minnie. Hi, honey. Hi. Oops. Do you want to come say hi? Come here. Are you hungry? Are you getting hungry? Did you see what Mom made? Not so impressed. You're such a pretty girl. Such a pretty girl. Okay, go lay in your bed. All right. Hadn't heard of her. Hi, pretty Minnie. Sandra says, hi, pretty Minnie. Yeah. All right. So now let's sew this. Nice. Although in typical Florida fashion, it said, "Oh yeah, it's gonna rain. You're gonna have rain all day." We haven't had a drop yet. Not a drop. Okay, let's see. Yes, please press the like button. There's never enough time to sew. Never. Even when I say I'm going to spend time in the sunroom today, then I realize all the other things that I have to get done. Not enough time. Okay. Hang out on the couch with Minnie the rest of the day. That would make for a great day. That sounds like my husband. That, especially on Sundays or, like yesterday, I was just busy all day. Trying to get the decorating stuff done, trying to get some cleaning done, trying to get some work done, just all day long. And so this morning, Steve said, you should just spend some time with Minnie, just relaxing, doing nothing. And that's so funny because that's exactly what he would say. But I am going to, because I want to finish that one book. I want to finish my book, so I am going to take an hour and just go sit on the couch with her and read. And you want to go sit on the couch with Mom? Huh? Do you want to go sit on the couch with Mom? Huh. I know, Robin. I can't chat right now. I'm YouTubing. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure this is in the right place. This one's over here. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay. Sometimes, you just gotta... Sometimes I find myself telling Steve that. Not sometimes. I always find myself telling Steve that. Sometimes you just have to stop working on a project or doing something, or I've got to finish this, or I've got to finish something in the yard, and just sit down. Watch a movie. Just... It's hard. But you gotta do it sometimes. Because otherwise... And sometimes you have to... Especially when you're self-employed and you're very business-minded the way that he is. Or self-employed, but the way that he's just very business-minded. He's always working on new projects. He's always looking at things that intrigue him, or, it's very hard to get him to stop doing that, to stop thinking, just... Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Something got stuck. Okay. All right, 2 down. This is how we're looking. It's not, I'm not making anything for the fair. I'm not entering it in a contest. I just wanted the 2 fabrics that I really thought were cute. I wanted to be able to use this table topper on my table and have it not look. I mean, it was just pretty crummy before. It just really was. Okay. Let's get this side on. I can't believe I actually might have this thing finished. Put it on this table. It's not going to take me a month to finish it. Let alone. Kind of surprising. Okay. Okay, one more. Oh no, Madeline, hand surgery. Oh no. What are you going to do with yourself? Okay. Last side. And that is my plan, is to put a candle in the middle of it. Tomorrow, I need to go over to Hobby Lobby and get, I need a big red candle. Not big, but a good size candle. A good size red candle. Like a pillar. Maybe I don't know, 8 inches tall. You know, kind of a stout thing for the center, because I have this little crystally kind of candle holder, but you can't put a puny candle in it because it just doesn't. Sure, we're still heading in the right direction here. Okay. And, oh, I turned it the wrong way. I almost started sewing the other way. Thank God it's not my dominant hand. Yeah, no kidding, right? Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. I did not do the four corners to be exactly the same width. I wanted the center part to be a little bit wider. I think I might have been off just a smidge there. But I think when it lays on the table, I think it'll be okay. Not terribly exciting, but yes. Her dominant hand. My cross stitch is a standing frame. Maybe I can try that with one hand. Oh, so let's see. It's not your dominant hand. I don't know. I mean, I know what I would do. Well, besides besides longing for some time to sew, but that's still a bummer. I think I'm going to. I'm just trying to determine whether or not I want to start trying to put any more stitches in this thing, and I don't know that I really do. I've changed my mind about trying to quilt into these poinsettias because I think I'll just mess them up. So I really don't want to do that. I guess I could go one more time around this outer edge. We'll do that. We'll do that and then we'll call it a day. How's that? And then I think this afternoon, a little bit later, I think I might come in here and sew for a little bit, maybe an hour or two, and just oh, I was going to tell you what my plan was. So in addition to, there's a couple of fun Christmas projects that we listed on our list, remember at the beginning of the month, that I want to do. Feet and toes. I want to go back and finish some of the projects, the quilts that I've started. Sometimes I feel, yes, Thelma. In fact, let's turn this overhead. Let's do it on this one. Okay, so here's, I used metallic gold on the top. I tried very, very hard, and I was pretty successful. I thought pretty good of just stitching over the original stitch line because I stitched all the way around, and then I had to stitch over it again. So that's actually the metallic gold, and then this side has really the flat gold, and it was perfect. It was a perfect idea, Madeline. And I think Thelma or Diane also suggested it. So, yeah, it worked out really well. That worked out really well. And now I'm just finishing one more stitch along this outer edge so that everything will lay down pretty well. It's not going to get weird. Yeah. Oh, 12:30. 12:30. Okay, gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one last side, and then I think that we're gonna wrap it up from there. Tomorrow, I will put up a short that shows you the adorable mugs, and then this week. I'm going to be working on, I don't know if some of you remember the butterfly quilt. No, it's not finished yet. But I'm going to finish it this week. There's really not a lot left on it. It really is such a simple quilt that we're going to get it finished this week. Alrighty. I'm going to try this puppy on the table. Very excited. Ask me how I knew that. Right? Yeah. The metallic thread in the bobbin, I was in my mind playing that out, thinking to myself, it's going to be bad. I just imagined that it would be very, very funky and lots of breakage. And you know how patient I am with that. Okay. Time to get back to the kitchen, peeling and coring apples. A very, really helpful piece of equipment. Yes, I'm going to finish the butterfly quilt this week. So if I come back in here today, I think the most that I might probably do, to be realistic, is just to pull that out and get it ready, because I want to finish that this week. So stay tuned, because that's what we'll be working on this week. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. I hope your Sunday suppers are a great success. I hope you have some reading time and some sewing time and some kicking back time. And I'm going to go and curl up on the couch with my dog and read a book. I love you guys. But remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.